a world warmer by 3 degrees could finally tip the balance on runaway global warming. Nothing in our past prepares us for these extreme conditions. A time when the rare 100-year storm becomes a common event. In a world warmer by 3 degrees, climate change could be manifest in the most violent weather humans have ever experienced.
People don't yet realize the changes that we're talking about could really lead to a different planet.
As the oceans get hotter and hotter, a new global climate pattern emerges, mirroring the violent weather anomaly we call El Niño. But in a 3-degree world, those extreme conditions could become the status quo. There's evidence for this in the past.
Back in the Pliocene, for example, when it was about 3 degrees warmer than it is now, the whole ocean circulation pattern in the Pacific was different, and there was essentially a permanent El Niño.
Normally, the trade winds drive warm ocean currents toward the western Pacific, leaving cold, nutrient-rich waters along the coast of South America. El Niño turns that system upside down. The first signs are wild fluctuations in air pressure. The trade winds weaken and completely change direction. Warm water spreads east across the Pacific. Torrential rains and flooding strike coastal South America. Indonesian rainforests and Australian farmland experience extreme drought conditions. And many climate models include another troubling forecast. Continued warming could turbocharge a new generation of superstorms.
In a world which is 3 degrees warmer, there's going to be a lot more energy in the world's oceans to drive hurricanes. And hurricanes derive their rocket fuel from the warming of the ocean.
Scientists are still investigating a connection between global warming and hurricane strength. Lately, they have seen more violent storms. Hurricanes are rated on a scale of 1 to 5. One study concludes in the last 30 years, there have been twice as many severe storms. The summer of 2005 would bring dramatic new evidence. In late August, a Hurricane Hunter aircraft is dispatched over the Gulf of Mexico. A colossal storm is building and tracking straight for the city of New Orleans. Anyone left there has only one word in mind: Katrina. By Sunday, August 28th, Katrina's winds reached 280 kilometers per hour. Thermal imagery along the storm track reveals Katrina's clout. Orange and red indicate the sea temperature has risen to 82 degrees Fahrenheit, a full degree higher than normal. Dropping pressure within the eye wall is the 4th lowest ever recorded for an Atlantic storm. It revs Katrina even more. In 6 hours, the storm is on its way out of the city. But the destruction of New Orleans only gets worse, transforming the natural disaster into a national tragedy.
When someone has lost their high school, their junior high school, their elementary school, their pictures, their videotapes, their clothes, their friend's house, their friend's mother's house, their barber shop, the place they had their first kiss, you know, when you lose all that, and some people lost loved ones, When you have all of that come together, it's you can't imagine a type of tragedy, a citywide catastrophe, not even rivaled by September 11th.
2 years later, much of New Orleans still feels temporary. The wreckage is still overwhelming. The recovery still unfolding.